The number one question I get on Instagram is, how do I increase my earnings on Facebook? And that's exactly what I'm going to try to answer in this video, because I'm going to show you the exact strategy that we typically use with Facebook pages when we're trying to optimize revenue, meaning that we're trying to make more money from this Facebook page. Now, before I show you what we do, there's two specific ways that you can make more money with your Facebook page. One is you get more views, meaning that every single month you get more views than the previous month, and technically you should be able to make more money. The second one is to optimize your RPM, meaning that you get paid more for every 1,000 impressions that you get on your content. Now, these days with the new content monetization program, you don't really need to get all the views just on videos. You can get views on photos, stories, reels. Reels and videos are pretty much the same thing now, but also even text posts. So basically all of that content counts as views for your Facebook page, and the more views you get, the more money that you should be able to make. However, in some cases, you get more views, yet you make less money. And it's not necessarily because you're doing something wrong. It's typically because of a low RPM. The RPM is revenue per 1,000 impressions, meaning that for every 1,000 hits, 1,000 views you get on your post, you might be making a couple cents. You might be making less than a couple cents, which makes it really difficult to be able to scale to 5,000, 10, 15,000 per month, which is totally possible to do. Now, we typically use two specific strategies to increase revenue or increase earnings on Facebook pages. One is the Facebook viral formula. This is a specific technique that I've talked about in my channel before, which basically pushes your content in front of the algorithm to make sure that it promotes to non-followers and also gets the right people in front of your content so you get more engagement. If you want to learn more about the viral formula, click the link in the description below for more information. I break it all down for you and show you how it works. And even if you want to learn and implement it yourself for your own Facebook pages, in the description below you will find all the details about how to access the viral formula and how you can implement it on your page. The second technique that we use is what I'm about to show you in this video, which is follower ads. And it's not because we want to get more followers for a page, it's mainly because of the actual split, the percentages of audiences within one Facebook page. This means that if you have a large percentage of tier 2 or tier 3 followers on your page, of course, you will make less money. Your RPM is going to be a lot lower. Or even if your content is being promoted or pushed to countries where the RPM is not really that great, essentially, even if you get more views, you will make less money. So technically, let's say you're getting a lot of views from places like the Philippines and India and Pakistan and all these places. The problem is not those countries specifically. The problem is that advertisers tend to spend more money in countries like the US, Canada, the UK, because there's more money and higher spend on those countries. Of course, Facebook will pay you more money for ads that actually get shown on your content from audiences in those countries. So if you have, let's say, 100,000 followers on your page and 95% of those followers are from the US, guess what? You will get a higher RPM and you will make more money. But if you have 95% of those followers from other places like the Philippines and India and Pakistan and all these countries, the problem is you will need twice, 3 times the amount of views to be able to make any money. Now, of course, if you make content specific to those countries, there's really nothing that you can do other than try to get more views on your content, because if you have a Facebook page where you only post content in Spanish, just to give you an example, it's really difficult to reach a US-based audience where most people speak English. And if you make content in French, for example, you can only target people that speak that language. And so it's really difficult to reach people in the US or other tier 1 countries. So basically, your strategy should be, how do I get twice the amount of views in most of my content? And for that, of course, I highly recommend you check out the Facebook viral formula. There's going to be a link in the description below. But if you make content that appeals to a wider audience, English-speaking audience that are likely to consume your content from the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, all of those countries, then this will definitely apply to you. And you can definitely use this strategy to help you make more money from your Facebook page by utilizing this strategy. So here what I have is basically my ad account, one of my ad accounts where we run Facebook follower ads for specific pages that we're trying to scale revenue, meaning that we know that these Facebook pages can get a lot of views, but the problem is they don't have a higher RPM. So the first thing we do is we'll look at the percentages of audiences from tier 1 country. If the Facebook page has a large percentage from places like tier 2 or tier 3 countries, then we try to increase the followers slowly over time to tier 1. Now, if you have 1 million followers and out of those 1 million followers, you have a 1% audience from the US, this is going to take time and you will need to invest money to be able to increase that percentage over time. But if you don't have 1 million followers, let's say you have 10,000 followers and you're trying to make sure that tier 1 audiences are actually the biggest percentage for your Facebook page, then you can definitely utilize this strategy, which is running follower ads with very specific content that can help you attract the right type of followers for your page that over time will help you increase your RPM. So just in the past couple of days, just a little bit over a week, you can see that we have spent just a little bit over $744 on follower ads. We're running 2 specific campaigns, one at 6 cents per follower and the other one at 3 cents per follower. And just we have basically gathered over 20,000 followers in just about a week, I would say. And this is from testing a lot of different ads. And we know that doing this is going to get us that result with that type of follower that we want. That's going to help us get more viewers and more engagement from tier 1 followers from the US, Canada, UK, and all those countries. And you can see all the ads that we're running basically at $10 per day. And you can see all the different spend that we have tested a bunch of different ads to know what actually works. And what we're looking for is not necessarily a lower cost per follower, even though that's great. If you're able to get, 1 cent per follower, 5 cents per follower, that's great. And just so you know, for tier 1 audiences like people from the US, Canada, and the UK, likely you will not be able to get a 1 cent per follower. You'll likely get 3, 4, 5, 7 cents per follower if you're really good at running follower ads. Of course, obviously we have a lot of experience doing this, so we're able to hit consistently those numbers of 5 cents, 6 cents, sometimes 4 cents per follower from the US, because we know how to test multiple ads in multiple different niches to make sure we get the best cost per follower. But we're mainly looking for something very specific, which is how is the engagement on some of these ads, because we're looking to test different topics and ideas to find out what's actually working for this page, what's getting the most shares and reactions. And as you can see, some of these ads have received, hundreds of shares and a lot of reaction, which is telling us, hey, you should probably create more content like this for the page. And this is going to help you get better followers, because if you see a lot of shares on a specific ad, whether it's a video or an image, this tells you that people like that type of content, and you should definitely create more of that content for your page. So not only is it an amazing tool to get more followers from tier 1, but also to test different topic ideas and content that you can try it on your Facebook page. Now, we run these type of ads consistently over time, basically for a couple weeks, until we're happy or satisfied with the percentage of audiences from tier 1, meaning that if we have, 20%, 15%, 30% from the US, Canada, and UK, typically that's going to do a lot better than having 5% or 3% from these tier 1. And over time, you will start to notice that you will get a higher RPM. Even though you will get the same amount of views, technically you will make more money because you get paid more for every 1,000 views you get on your content. So this is exactly what I tell my clients and Facebook content creators and even YouTubers who are trying to jump on Facebook to monetize. Is like, you need to optimize your audiences if you're not making enough money. Because the truth is, if you want to make the most money, you want to be sure that you're creating content for tier 1 audiences that will pay you the most money. If you're not able to do that, like I said, not every single Facebook page can do that. Not every content creator can do this, because they have essentially specific types of content in a specific languages that they're not able to use tier 1 audiences. So their only choice is, I need to get more views in order to make more money. And if that's you, like I said, click the link in the description below to check out the Facebook Wire formula, where I show you a different path of using ads to essentially boost your revenue and make more money. So I really hope that this video is helpful. If you guys want to see the complete guide to really taking your monetization to the next level and scaling your revenue, make sure you go and watch this video right here. It's a 30-minute training on everything you should know about Facebook monetization. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.